It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to beautiful Boone, North Carolina, Kid Brewer Stadium, home of the App State Mountaineers. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Appalachian State Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Canes will boot it away to start the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Might as well give it to him again. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Trying to beat the D deep. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
I love offensive coordinators. They're not afraid to be aggressive early in games. And how about that? Dialing up a shot right away in the first series, trying to seize the momentum.
To the ground with the back.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. And as a result, they lose yardage.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Hauls it in. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often. Unloads
to the wideout. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on, it's the corner who wins, knocking it away for the incompletion. That won't be the last time these two guys go toe-to-toe, but this is where your eyes need to be all game long.
Dead center perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The Appalachians stayed faithful, raising the roof and trying to help the Mountaineers on third down. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense, because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute. They do it.
And the Canes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a man. It's Tatum. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Wants to go up top. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Looking for a deep man. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. That one was leaking and losing altitude fast, but it made it home. And that field goal is going to tie us up here in the first quarter.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
From the gun, the running back has it. Fights off a defender. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Mountaineers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Wants to throw on third down. It's complete to the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. You would have really hoped that you would have gotten that extra yard on third down, but now on fourth, and maybe you still have to go for it.
And it's interesting. 3rd and 1, you throw the football. The more physical team usually wins. Do you feel confident enough to run the football early in the game in your own territory? Can you go get 1 yard with the running game? I'm always the guy that's going to roll the dice and go for it.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. That Miami offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Shakes off the defender. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Dropping back, it's Tatum. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, it's a nice job snagging that pass. Miami has a tradition of Heisman Trophy quarterbacks. I get that, but guess what? If you're going to win Heisman Trophies, you're probably throwing to very talented wide receivers. Let's not forget about all the great receivers the Hurricanes have had as well. And they've got a special group this year. This guy right here is one of those dudes. He can beat you one-on-one with his speed, and he has really, really good hands as well.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll toss it to the outside on the left. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Under fire. They get to him as he throws. Finds a crease at the 20. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking for space, it's Luck. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air, it's Tatum. Here's the pressure. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Canes. You have to wonder what the defense was thinking there. I mean, he just gashed them all by himself.
Right, and you think quarterback runs sometimes, but you can't think about it all the time. And you got misdirection. There's so many things to look at, and the quarterback can throw it. But when you got an athlete behind center that can do that, it's just frustrating. Too many things to try to stop.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Going right to work up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Jean-Pierre.
Yes.
There he goes.
Good block.
And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Finds his tight end. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Time to sit with that.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches. And what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Jean-Pierre. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Got a man. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield. If he lines up a wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
The Mountaineers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Quickly complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This defense has forced a couple of 3rd downs, but they haven't been able to get off the field. Can they force the field goal attempt on 3rd and goal? The offense changing the play. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're over looking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
So now on comes the field goal unit.
If I miss this, I'm going to go for it for the rest of the game now. Let you know, Trey.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you updated on a fascinating battle going down in the Pac-12. Wisconsin is ahead early inside Camp Randall, but it's not exactly Ron Dane out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 10 over Boise State. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No,
see what I mean by when niggas don't block?
On that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play
shit don't make no sense, right?
How about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
This crowd in Boone, North Carolina, they are showing out on this big third down. Looking to throw, it's Tatum. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete.
Yeah, I think that was a pick,
before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
You don't think so?
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
I thought you were trying to throw to the running back.
Away on fourth down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon.
Oh, you panicked.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way.
He's
brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They've put up a couple of field goals so far, but now looking for a way to take a drive all the way to the end zone. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down and run.
It's just so nice to have a QB
I
nowadays
pass,
in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Backed up now, here's second and long.
Let a nigga get a few first downs or something, nigga.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand
it
it off,
I ain't seen
push
nobody
up front, and go get positive yardage.
Hey, man, I'm looking at something else, man. I'm looking at what you're giving me. And sometimes it's tough to read. And sometimes I be wrong.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Quickly to the tight end. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
No, man. I'm like,
listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that third. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now on second down. Looking to fire. He rifles one deep down the right side. Touchdown Mountaineers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Whoever that was,
I love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man. You want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it.
He was not. He was not my first lead.
That passing game up. You can keep
so I
this
had.
lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Yeah, he was the third.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
I had a. You just scored one, nigga. Oh no. Yeah.
Looking downfield, it's Tatum. Here comes the heat. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Third down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Scrambling away. Going to try to get it. Turning it on. He's finally stopped there with his speed as he moves those sticks. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Leaves it with the running back.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Gets the back moving. Back to throw, time running short in the half.
Just stand there.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
The Appalachians stayed faithful, raising the roof and trying to help the Mountaineers on third down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He stopped at the 32.
No. Hey, no. Hey, look. You ain't throw the screen, nigga.
To the air on first down. Under fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat.
Man, I'm sick of these bitches.
Deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the back in the middle. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it still on his feet. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Quick snap and a spike to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. It's now 2nd and goal.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The play action fake. Rushes on him. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
I won't gonna say shit either.
The Mountaineers will kick it off to start the second half.
That's on you, Trey. That's on the coach.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They're working that left side.
Did he get blocked?
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Makes the catch.
Good shit, number 8.
He'll be brought down at the
I ain't know your name.
1-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Looking down the middle. He's got it in more than enough for a 1st down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, 2nd half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the 2nd half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
That's great.
Touchdown, Miami! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
That shit crazy.
Thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that.
I want to get mad, but they did, man. That's all I can.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. Middle Tennessee is down right now.
That's all I can really ask. As long as you dare to make it.
We could see a legend born today in Murfreesboro. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Jacksonville State. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward in a game that could shake up the CUSA race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Grabbed behind the line. It's Jean-Pierre. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Intercepted deep in his own end.
That's crazy, man.
They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Caught behind the line. It's Harmon. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give on the option. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This crowd in Boone, North Carolina, they are showing out on this big 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Tatum. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
Really great job by the running back there on the angle route on third down. He sold it as if he was running to the flat, and at the last second put his foot in the ground and crossed the defender's face, making that an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
Tough, physical, hard-nosed running gets it to the 34.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Grab behind the line. It's Harmon. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They're going to pass on the field goal. They're still looking for 6 in this situation. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Grab near the sticks. It's Harmon. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
The inside handoff. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? And the defense jumps on it. They get that.
About to find out.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. So now it's 2nd and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Breaks into the open. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting 1st downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. He's got it on the move. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. They will stop
that's an animation.
Short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
Animation squeegee right there, bro.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
4th down, and a field goal is not going to help much. They'll try to keep the drive alive by converting here. On 4th down, looking to pass. Into the end zone. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
That's supposed to have been a fucking pick. Yeah, that was 4th down.
They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
That's a...
Appalachian State regains possession.
Oh, and I was there. I was there.
To the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
I was there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Working that left side. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. This offense will start doing business from their own 18-yard line on 1st down. Throws to the back. Got a man. It's Jean-Pierre.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And the Mountaineers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Pulls and fires complete.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz. But because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
The Mountaineers line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
The give on the inside. Oh, he's got some space. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And it's almost as if the defense knew that jet sweep was coming. Great job getting penetration at the point of attack, and they were in the backfield, nowhere for the receiver to go.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Miami, 24, App State, 13.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a...
Fires deep toward the end
Catch
zone.
it.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second
I don't know
down.
what to do, bro.
Back to pass. He's got him this time. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions.
Yeah.
Got to continue to get these
get it
first
up.
downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive.
There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, App State.
Don't get off the screen.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, take a gander at what's happening in this interesting battle in the Pac-12. On Wisconsin. They're darn near perfect offensively today, almost exactly the way they drew things up in practice. They're up by 18 over Boise State. We'll keep you posted on things in this game that's sure to shake things up in the Pac-12. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football. And we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
And the Hurricanes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
The Appalachian State faithful raising the roof and trying to help the Mountaineers on 3rd down. And it's intercepted.
Bro, I needed that shit.
Quarter play for this defense. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field.
I just don't
Man,
fuck
what
this
a
up.
drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance.
Crazy.
You know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good,
3.
spin the ball around.
Got no
So the
fucking time.
defense has to find a way to affect
should have all the time in the world.
Because
Rushing
last
3.
drive, he had way too much time to throw.
Got his man downfield.
Play
Touchdown,
defense.
Appalachian State. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
That is complementary football at its finest. The defense gets the turnover. The offense punctuates it, uses it to their advantage, takes the lead late in the football game. Now that defense that just gave you a good stop, they need another one.
Man, this is what I mean. I told Don, man, you not bad. You just have bad moments. You ain't having no bad moments.
Will be called on to protect this lead.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the interception?
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
I didn't think you saw me, or you did see me. You just said, fuck it.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
The Canes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Tatum. Grabbed over the middle, it's Harmon. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5. The upsets.
No, man, you ain't giving me no goddamn time. I gotta take niggas out, bro. Niggas hurt, bro. You done got my ass twice, man. Hell no. Let me do this right quick. I got niggas in the fucking red. He don't have to stay. I mean, he got me. Damn, Trey. That damn running back you got is doing that shit. Okay, what's gonna have to do this?
Bubbling all day, now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now,
I'm
and
there.
you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Wants to throw on first down.
Oh, damn,
He
Trey.
lets it fly. Intercepted, and now
Hey,
he's
you
up to
got to
14.
throw that early. You got to throw that early because it was good. You can't lie to
A
me.
play by this defense to get the football.
I'm not lying.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking
Bless
up the
you.
football, making
Bless
the
you.
interception,
Bless you.
and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got a man. It's Figueroa. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Got it set up on the outside. Brought down at the 21, but a really
This ass, I already know. Go ahead. Yeah, it's ass.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards
Damn,
passing.
so did.
And the Mountaineers inside
Damn,
the final
you
minute
had
trying to protect the lead and the ball. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball
Look,
carrier
niggas on my offensive
Not
line.
really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Damn.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just
That
drain
same
the
one they
clock
had to
in
be, bro.
victory formation.
Damn. But that interception, please.
They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak.
I know I said the
It's been done
interception.
before.
And we're seeing
interception
the
hurt.
identity of this team
Oh, no, that's
come
Daily with
into
Trey talking.
fruition. Just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
You about to play with Texas A&M?